Hello friends, you are listening to Ankita. In the last lesson, we discussed about parts of speech. We observed different forms of same word in a sentence, and so we learned the different categories of words used in sentence. But how are these sentences formed? Have you ever wondered how do we collect some words in some order and make sentence? Taking an example here, I have written 3 sentences. Vaibhav was playing badminton. Vaibhav will playing badminton. Badminton Vaibhav was playing. If you observe, so only the first sentence is correct and the second and third is wrong. But why? Even when second and third sentences are only the slight rearrangement of the first sentence. Does English have certain formula as do mathematics and science have? So today we will study the construction of sentence, we will study structure of sentence, we will study about the particular order or the formula that English has for forming sentences. Going through one more example. Here I have written certain jumbled words to, later, parents, writing, Vaibhav, was, his. If you rearrange this sentence, so the sentence formed by maximum of you probably will be Vaibhav was writing letter to his parents. But have you ever wondered or have you ever observed that why did we write Vaibhav first? Or why did this writing is in between Vaibhav and parents? Why was this word here and not here? So today we'll clear all these concepts and we will learn what is the basic structure of sentence. We'll also come across certain small and new concepts and mistakes that one often commits while speaking up a sentence. Now, the 3 basic things that a sentence requires is subject, verb and object. In the last lesson we discussed that verb has 2 parts, the helping verb and the main verb. Helping verb tells us about time and the main verb tells us about the action. So, the structure of sentence becomes subject plus helping verb plus main verb plus object. There are 4 things required to write a sentence, that is subject, helping verb, main verb, object, and this is the sequence followed with subject first and the object at last. But please remember, this is only the basic structure of sentence. There is no compulsion that a sentence should have all the 4 things. A sentence is possible without subject. A sentence is possible without helping verb. A sentence is possible without main verb, and so a sentence is possible without object also. This is only the basic elementary part that a sentence should have 4 entities or 4 parts. But any sentence can have 3 parts. It can miss subject, it can miss helping verb, it can miss main verb, it can miss an object also. It can miss even 2 things. It can miss these 2 things, it can miss these 2 things. How and why we'll consider and we'll study in the coming lessons. Now, this is an elaborated form of structure of sentence: subject, helping verb, main verb, object. What is a subject? Please remember, subject refers to the hero of a sentence. Any person or any object that is doing its job or that is performing the task is called subject. Subject is an actor of a sentence. Like, I am speaking, so I is subject. You are listening. Who's doing the work? You. So, you is the subject. Subject is the person or the object that does work. We can have different subjects like he, she, it, I, you, we, they. If we are using certain names, be it like Harry or Garima, so the sentence we'll use singular nouns. If we are replacing it with pronoun, so we'll use he, she, it. Singular noun has living thing as well as non-living thing, but it should be one in number. It can have living thing as well as non-living thing. One pen or one boy. It can be one flower or one girl. Then I is used for self. Then you, we and they, and it is plural noun. As singular noun is used for one, plural noun is used for more than one. It can be, as it was one flower, it can be a bouquet of flowers. This they is used as a pronoun for plural nouns. Please remember, this they can be used for living things as well as for non-living things. If I am talking about chairs, so either I can say chairs, but if I am using a pronoun in place of chairs, so I will say they. Chairs are kept in the room, or I can say they are kept in the room. Anubha is studying. I can say she is studying. Next we have helping verb. As I said, helping verb tells us about the time. Helping verb will tell us, are we talking about past, that is the time gone, present, the time that is going on right now, or future, the time that is to come. Certain helping verbs that we use with subjects are, if we are talking about he, she, it or singular noun, and we are talking about past tense, that is any activity that has already happened, so we always use was. With he, she, it and singular noun, we use was in past tense, is in present tense, will or shall in future tense. He was singing, he is singing, he will sing. Similarly, if our subject is I, so for past tense we use was, for present tense am, for future tense again we use shall or will. I was speaking, I am speaking, I will speak. When our subjects are you, we, they or any plural noun, we use were for past tense, are for present tense and same will or shall for future tense. We were reading, we are reading, we will read. Please observe that for future tense, helping verb are same, but for past and present tense, they change. It can be was, is, am, are or were. Next we have main verb. Main verb tells us about the action. As a sentence can be talking of any time, it can be of past, it can be of present, it can be of future. And so we have different main verbs used in different instances of time. We have got three main verbs, that is first form, second form, third form. Every word that tells us about an action is a verb, is a main verb rather, because helping verb tells us about time. Any word that tells us about any action is a main verb, and every main verb has three forms: first form, second form, third form. And these forms are used in accordance with the sentence that we are speaking, that we will learn in coming lessons. For right now, let us check the three forms of verb. Now, the three forms of verb can be similar, can be same, or can be totally different, as it's play, played, played. It can be cook, cooked, cooked. We can have many more vain verbs with the similar transitions in different forms. It can be study, studied, studied. Listen, listened, listened. Now, we also have some main verbs which remain same throughout all the forms like cut, cut, cut. We also have put, put, put and etc. We have certain main verbs which totally change in all the three forms like eat becomes ate and eaten, drive, drove, driven, dig, dug, dug, speak, spoke, spoken, and write, wrote, written, ride, rode, ridden, and so on. So we have got a list of main verbs that has three forms. Last we have object. Now please remember what is an object. Object defines main verb. Object describes main verb. For example, if right now I say the sentence, he is playing. So the sentence is telling that there is a boy who is playing. But if I want to mention that he is playing football, so football is our object, that the boy is playing football. The sentence is Rama is cooking food. So what is she cooking? She is cooking food. So the object is food. I was cutting fruits. I was cutting fruits. So you would be observing that object defines main verb. It can be you will eat. You will eat maybe momos. So it is you will eat momos. We were driving. We were driving car. The last is dig. So it can be we are digging hole, or we are digging channel, we are digging pit, or anything. So this was the structure of sentence telling us about the four parts. How are the sentences formed? This we will take up now. Let us take the most basic form of a sentence starting with he. Let us give this he a name. The name given is Vivek. Vivek is main verb. Again, let us take play. Whenever we talk in continuous form, so we use ing with it. How and why in detailed form we'll study in coming lessons. It will Vivek is playing. Suppose if I want to define what is he playing, so I can say Vivek is playing chess. The sentence is Vivek is playing chess. Now please observe that here Vivek is a subject, is a helping verb, playing is a main verb, and chess is a object. Now as I said that this is an elementary form of sentence, but a sentence does not necessarily have to require all the four things. A sentence is possible without an object also. As I can say Vivek is playing. If I'm not defining what is he playing, so I can simply say Vivek is playing. If we take some other examples, so I can say I am. The subject is I am. Suppose the sentence is I am a dancer. So I am, but here we don't have any action. So we have here main verb missing. My sentence has a subject, a helping verb and an object. It doesn't have any main verb. So sentences are possible without any one part also. Taking any other example, let us miss a helping verb this time. So the sentence we can form is starting with you. I can say you drive a car. Now here I've got a subject, I've got a helping main verb, and I have got an object. Here I do not have any helping verb. If we observe here, so we have all the four parts. Here main verb is missing. Here helping verb is missing. This sentence I can also write as I was saying. I can simply say Vivek is playing, and here then object is missing. So the conclusion is that a sentence is possible without any of the four parts also. A sentence that does not necessarily need to have all the four parts. It can have subject, helping verb, main verb and an object. But it is possible to make a sentence without helping verb, without main verb, without an object or without a subject also. Taking an example of sentence without a subject, I can say there were 3 doctors in the hospital. Now we do not have any subject here. We have helping verb and then we have object. We do not have any subject. Here subject is missing. So the conclusion is that a sentence is possible by missing any one part of the basic structure of sentence also. Now let us move on to the types of sentence. Right now we studied the structure of sentence. Now we will see how the structure of sentence is molded to give it different forms. There are 3 types of sentences: positive, negative and interrogative. A positive sentence is a simple sentence like I am speaking. Negative sentence adds negation to it. I am not speaking. An interrogative question asks question, am I speaking? So how are these sentences formed? As we studied this sentence formation, the basic structure of sentence is subject plus helping verb plus main verb plus object. Let us take one example. The basic Anubha is drawing a sketch. My sentence is Anubha is drawing a sketch. It is a positive sentence. Now, a negative sentence is very easy. It is formed by adding not between helping verb and main verb. It becomes Anubha is not drawing a sketch. Whenever we form any negative sentence, we simply add not in between of helping verb and main verb. So the sentence becomes Anubha is not drawing a sketch. So this was our positive and negative sentence. For an interrogative sentence, we interchange helping verb and subject. The structure becomes helping verb plus subject plus main verb plus object. So if we convert this sentence, it becomes Anubha is drawing a sketch. So I can say is Anubha drawing a sketch? Now here I have asked a question that is Anubha drawing a sketch? And if I am asking it in terms of negation, that is Anubha not drawing a sketch. So we add not in between of subject and main verb. So we say is Anubha not drawing a sketch? It becomes this way. Now also observe that if we are adding certain words to these sentences, that is interrogative words like why, where, when, how. So all these interrogative words are added in the beginning. All the interrogative words are added here. Why is Anubha not drawing a sketch? When is Anubha drawing a sketch? How is Anubha drawing a sketch? Please remember, all the interrogative words are added in the beginning of a sentence. How, when, why, and so on. So this was the story of the types of sentence. We have got 3 types of sentence: positive, negative, and interrogative. We took an example that Anubha is drawing a sketch. If we convert it into a negative form, so we simply add not in between of helping verb and main verb. So the sentence becomes Anubha is not drawing a sketch. For converting a sentence into interrogative form, you would have observed many people, they make it interrogative by not changing the words. Rather, they add a tone to it, right? They'll ask, Anubha is drawing a sketch. They will change their tone, but they will not change the order of the words. Please remember, their helping verb and subjects are interchanged. So, along with the accent, your words are also changed and the sentence becomes, is Anubha drawing a sketch? Or is Anubha not drawing a sketch? So this was the story of types of sentences. Until now, friends, if you would have observed, so we have written very basic forms of sentences. Now, if you want to describe your sentences with time, with place, with certain details, so how will we write sentence? Let us see that. Now, when we add certain details to our sentences, we may have certain points to add. The actor, we have talked about this, that is our subject. We may add time to our sentence. We may add place to our sentence. We may add certain reasons, or we may add the method of doing it. Like I said, Anubha is drawing a sketch, but this is a very basic sentence that is describing only the actor and the work. I haven't described time, place, reason, or the method of doing. I may have to tell that she is drawing in the morning, or maybe she is drawing at her home. She is drawing because of her competition, and so on. So, now, whenever we have to describe a sentence with many terms, that is actor, time, place, work, reason, and the method of doing, we follow certain order. Please remember, in our sentence, we always start with the actor, who is the subject, what work is that actor doing, and then the description follows with a certain sequence. First we tell where, then we tell when, then how, and then why. First is the actor, who, then what. This tells us the work, then where tells us about the place, the time is told by when, how tells the method of doing, and why tells about the reason. So this is the sequence followed. First is who, then what, where, when, how, why. Let us take one example. We may continue with the same sentence what we wrote above. The sentence was Anubha is drawing a sketch. So first the sentence, it is same. Anubha is drawing a sketch. Now suppose if I want to add time, or if I want to add place, or if I want to add reason, or I want to add the method of doing, so I'll follow certain sequence. Maybe I do not have to add place, I do not have to add time, I do not have to add method. Only I have a reason. So I'll say Anubha is drawing a sketch for her competition. For her competition. Now if I want to add the place, so I'll not add it after this. The sequence it will follow is Anubha is drawing a sketch at her home for her competition. At her home for her competition. Similarly, if then I had to even add time, then I would add this time after place and before reason. So I want to say that again, it is not important that every sentence will have all the 6 things: who, what, where, when, how, and why. But this is the sequence that will be followed. In the starting, we discussed one more sentence, that was Vivek was playing badminton, or Vivek was playing chess. We can write it again. I can say it, Vivek was playing chess. So now this is described by actor Vivek, and the verb was playing chess. Now if I want to add place, so it is Vivek was playing chess in the morning. Here I have added, right now I have added time. Vivek was playing chess in the morning. Now if I want to add how or why, so I'll add it here. But if I want to add where, so I'll fit it between what and when. Vivek was playing chess at his friend's home in the morning. Vivek was playing chess at the club in the morning. It can be any time. The sentence then it will be Vivek was playing chess at the club in the morning. So this was the sequence of the sentences that we have to follow when we are describing the sentences. So this was all for today. Let us go through a quick revision. What all we discussed today. We discussed the structure of sentence. A sentence has 4 parts: subject, helping verb, main verb, object. But to note that every sentence doesn't have all the 4 parts. A sentence can only have helping verb and object and main verb, excluding the subject. A sentence can have subject, helping verb, main verb, but not the object. A sentence can have subject, main verb, object, but not the helping verb, and so on. But this is the basic structure of a sentence. Then we studied about the three types of sentences, that was positive sentence, negative sentence and interrogative sentence. A positive sentence has the basic structure, that is subject plus helping verb plus main verb plus object. A negative sentence has not in between helping verb and main verb. An interrogative sentence interchanges subject and helping verb. And when we have got any interrogative word to add, so we always add interrogative word in the beginning as why or when or how or where, then following the structure of interrogative sentence. The example is she will cook food, she will not cook food, will she cook food, will she not cook food, or when will she cook food, why will she cook food, where will she cook food, or how will she cook food. Many people form sentences like when she will come, but the sentence will be when will she come. Please remember this, that interrogative words are always added in the beginning and then following the structure of an interrogative sentence, at last followed by a question mark. Then at last we studied if we want to add certain elements to our sentence, or we want to describe our sentence with respect to place, time, reason or the method of doing. So the sequence we follow is who, what, where, when, how and why. Taking an example here, Neha went to London in the morning by air because she has to attend a meeting. This is a sentence which has who, what, where, when, how and why. So this is the exact sequence that we'll follow while speaking or forming a sentence. Neha, this is who, what, where, when, how. Then it is at last the reason. If we miss something, so does not matter, other things will follow the same. If I say Neha went to London by air because she has to attend a meeting, or Neha went to London because she has to attend a meeting. So this was all for today. I hope you understood the concepts. I hope you learned the concepts well. Any doubts or any feedback or any comments, kindly use the comment box below. Enjoy learning. Thank you.